5:02 right now. Columbus police trying to piece together what led up to a shooting that happened overnight on the city's east side. Officers spent the morning questioning some witnesses after gunfire erupted outside of an after-hours lounge, the same place that saw violence just last week. NBC4's Marcus Thorpe joins us from the scene with the latest. Good morning.
And good morning. Multiple shots fired here this morning. Luckily, nobody hurt, but you can see police still have this entire parking lot area taped off along North Cassidy. We are at the shops at Airport, and this all happened in the parking lot. As you can see, there are still some investigators that are here at the scene taking pictures, and just outside of the O Lounge and Grill. Here's what police investigators have told us this morning. This all started as a robbery attempt after somebody was leaving the lounge this morning around 2:15, approached by another person here in the parking lot. That person got into some kind of altercation with the person who was trying to get away. Actually, shots were fired. Now, that's when security personnel from inside of the lounge actually came out into the parking lot. Investigators said they felt threatened with the gunshots that were being fired. They fired at least one shot in return at the suspect. Now, it is still unclear as to how many shots were fired total, but an investigator told me that he believes maybe around a dozen. The suspect actually got away in a vehicle, and that is where the investigators are trying to find out exactly who's responsible. Hospitals have been made aware that there was shots fired here from the area, so they are on the lookout for anybody that comes into the emergency room with a possible gunshot wound to try to take it back to that. Now, back here live at the scene, as you mentioned earlier last week, around Wednesday, 3:30 in the morning, another person was actually leaving the same lounge, according to Columbus police, and actually shots fired from a vehicle that was driving by. It hit the person multiple times, but that person was expected to survive. So 2 shootings within a week here in the same general area along North Cassidy. Investigators are still trying to determine if anything there could be related as well. Reporting live here from North Cassidy Avenue, Marcus Thorpe, NBC4.
Thank you, Marcus. It is approaching 5:05 on a Monday. Turning now to a developing story in Las Vegas. Police believe a driver intentionally plowed right into a crowd last night on the Vegas Strip, killing one, seriously injuring dozens others. It happened outside of Planet Hollywood, where the Miss Universe pageant had just completed. The woman who was driving had a toddler in the car with her, drove onto the sidewalk several times. He then took off, but was arrested by police at a nearby hotel. This morning, 6 people listed as critical in the hospital. Las Vegas police continue to investigate.
Well, the last few days on the campaign trail before the holiday have many GOP candidates focusing on the key state of New Hampshire. This morning, NBC's Tracy Potts has more on the war of words between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
She lies like crazy about everything.
That's Donald Trump's reaction to what Hillary Clinton said about ISIS in Saturday's debate.
They are going to people showing videos of Donald Trump insulting Islam and Muslims in order to recruit more radical jihadists.
Nobody has been able to back that up. It's nonsense. It's just another Hillary lie.
Trump actually agrees with Democrat Bernie Sanders on dealing with ISIS and Syria's president.
Assad, I want to see him go. But that is a secondary issue compared to the destruction of ISIS.
We're not going to take Assad out. The Syrian people are going to take Assad out.
Jeb Bush is still trying to get traction, saying Trump's not a serious candidate.
He said that ISIS is not a threat. 2 months ago, he gets his news from the shows.
Ted Cruz, steering clear of Trump, is taking aim at President Obama on global warming.
What kind of numbskull thinks that the SUV in your driveway is a bigger threat to our security than a bunch of lunatics who want to kill us?
The first caucuses and primaries are now just over a month away. At least 6 candidates are scheduled to be in New Hampshire today. The latest numbers from New Hampshire, Trump is up by 16 points over Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
New developments this morning in the deadly terror attacks from last month in Paris. A French newspaper has uncovered details on the alleged ringleader. The investigation has found that Abdelhamid Aboud for days hid in bushes leading up to the police assault in which he was killed. The newspaper said that he went into hiding there right after the attacks. Aboud reportedly stayed there near warehouses next to a highway for 4 days and 3 nights. Aboud was killed during that police-led assault on the apartment 5 days after the attack in Paris. We continue to follow developing news in China this morning, where nearly 100 people are missing following a massive landslide. This morning, up to 20 feet of mud covers the industrial area of Shenzhen. The dirt and debris buried 2 workers in dormitories, but so far no deaths have been reported. Rescue efforts continue this morning. Of course, we'll continue to follow this story throughout our morning newscast.
Back here in the United States, a community is mourning the death of a high school athlete who died over the weekend during a wrestling tournament in Iowa. That teenager collapsed during the school's wrestling meet and was rushed to the hospital where he later died. Grave counselors will be at that high school today where that teen attended. An autopsy will hopefully shed some light into what happened. This was a 220-pound wrestler. He was also a member of the football team. He was planning on playing both sports next fall at Iowa Central Community College.
It is now 5:08.